Testing, testing, testing.
He's always got to test it.
Always got to do it.
Always got to
do
test
it.
it. Hello, folks. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Parc-cast, hosted by yours truly, the Pixelate Robo Club, otherwise known as Park. We're your hosts, Steve, aka Stove.
Or Chris, aka Sloppy, and thank you guys for joining us today. So on the plate, we got 3 great people and projects coming on. So the first person, Mochi Donuts from 2 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The BiasGoose from 2:30 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then xPossum from 3 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely amazing schedule today, folks. And if this is the first time that you visited the Parc-cast, we do these live streams every Saturday at 2 p.m. and we host projects to basically have them come on, learn a little bit about their projects or themselves, and it's a great time. Then we usually host marbles giveaways towards the end. So thank you for joining us, and without further ado, we will get right into it.
Looks like Mochi's got her camera on as well.
Yep, let me just figure stuff out real quick. Okay. And we'll go right over here. Let me see. Okay. Oh, well. We'll have to move ourselves down real quick.
Yep.
There we go.
And then she's still muted.
Yep, and we will unmute Mochi Donuts. Okay, perfect. Well, hello. Mochi Donuts is on. Welcome to the Parc-cast. Again, Steve, Chris, if you just want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. Oh, 1 second. Wait.
Hold on,
We're
yeah.
not getting audio. That might be on your end.
Unmute Timmy, see if it works.
Timmy, could you unmute so we could check audio?
Hello? Test.
Still can't hear you. I know we can hear Timmy, so it's not on our end. Don't worry, take your time because I'm gonna work out stuff on my end too. Get this up here. Still can't hear you. You should be able to see it in the Discord when you talk. It should light up your icon. Still nothing.
If you just plugged in your headset, you might have to set up your microphone through Discord. Remove top.
No, there it is. That's what we need to do. Yeah, still can't hear it. So yeah, this will kind of fill in for the typical technical difficulties that we have. So when it's not us, it's our guests. That's what happens. But what we'll do, we'll pull up Mochi Donuts.
We'll start running through the project before they
zoom in real quick.
Mochid.
Watch it. Okay. You want to check DMs? Yeah, sometimes you might have to change the inputs around on either on Discord or on your computer. So maybe if you right click, I don't know if you're on a Mac or not, that might change things. Still can't hear it. But
give a shout out to everybody listening right now. We got Awesome Possum, BiasGoose, Burger Buns, Frags, Gorkzilla, Jamie, Luke, Timmy. I did see her.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yay,
can.
there
Yes,
we
we
go.
can.
Yay.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. Let me put it in my head.
Do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing. Take your time. Take your time. Usually it's us running through the
usually us, and then we're going back and forth, scrambling around and all that.
Okay. Are we on?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So just back where we started, if you just want to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from.
Yeah, so my name is Mia, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. And I am the creator of xMochi Donuts and xMeta Dolls.
Nice.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So first thing that we wanted to kind of go over is, where did the donuts theme come from?
Oh my goodness. About a year ago, there was a Mochi donut craze, and people would bring them into work. And so my husband's Japanese, and there was a store that opened up next to us. And so I thought, like, why don't we create something that's different from animal avatars
Yeah.
and
Yes.
create like a cute, you know, like food avatar. And so I thought about sushi and dumplings, and
Mm-hmm.
I chose Mochi donuts.
Oh, hell yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if you want to kind of just go into like your team, how many people are on your team, or is it just you?
No, we have 3 different artists aside from me, and I've also hired like 4 different people from the community to manage Discord. I manage Twitter. And as for our other artists, we have a comic book artist who also does animations, and we have a 3D artist who has just designed our gallery, and Yvonne, who is our other illustrator.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty.
So
tight
yeah,
team.
tell us about this comic book. I don't know if you can pull up the photo or not,
Yeah,
but
let me see.
it looks really cool.
Let's see.
I might be able to pull it up on mine.
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, let me see.
So yeah, give me a sec. So the comic book is called The Rising Mochikins, and it's basically like a battle of the lands, and it's between Mochiland, which are the good guys, right?
Yeah.
And the bad guys are the donut factory, and they are the main suppliers for Mochiland and have decided to cut them off. Meanwhile, they're supplying like 60 other lands, and they've created a trade system called the Sour Belt Road.
Okay.
And so Mochiland is suffering in poverty, and enter Brad and David, who are the heroes, and they remember a world where Mochiland was thriving.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so those are our protagonists, and then we have the villain, who is Gary Gensler.
Oh gosh.
And we've made him a blob donut called the Blownut.
The blown out, I love that.
Nice.
So I'm
Blownut.
guessing Mr. Gensler is that ominous figure behind.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, has to be. I
100%.
Yeah.
noticed by the top of the head.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's fun.
so that's scary. And so yeah, so we plan on making more comic books and making them interactive, and having the community join and have a say in how it develops.
Nice.
No, I really like how you guys are, creating a lore behind the project as well. More than just being a bunch of NFTs. So that's really cool.
Thank you.
Now, is that already out, or when is that expected to come out?
So in about 2 or 3 weeks, we're finishing up right now, but I don't want to like promise this week, and then
Yeah. No,
I
of
don't want to
course, of
disappoint
course.
anybody.
Definitely. So let's kind of like
Yeah.
back up a little bit. What kind of got you into crypto?
Oh my gosh. So I got into crypto in 2017 during the all-time high during the bull run.
Yep.
It kind of wasn't by choice. My husband was raging XRP, Bitcoin. XRP is going to partner up with the banks, and it was just like in every conversation. Like every time we went out to dinner, it was XRP, Bitcoin. Do you have any? You should, because it's gonna blow up. And so I kind of just felt some FOMO, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy $300 of it. And of course,
Hey, one thing leads to
it
another.
dipped,
Yeah.
and it dipped, and so I was like out for till 2020. And then in 2020, I was going to nursing school, and I was COVID hit, right? So COVID hit, and then I had to do like virtual clinicals at home, and I had 10 hours of like computer work. So in between virtual clinicals, I would like research crypto and watch YouTube videos.
Yep.
So
Nice.
that's how I got into it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then how did your like whole team come together? Because you mentioned you have a couple people on your team. How did y'all meet?
Yeah. So I hired them through Upwork.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I just was looking for people to help me because it was like too much, and I wasn't expecting like, the feedback and the community to, really blow up the way it did. And so I just needed more help. I realized that like 3D art is really cool, and I kind of want to like go in that direction a little bit. but also like just virtual spaces. And so I needed some help there.
Nice, nice, definitely.
Yeah.
So we were kind of looking through your Twitter and saw something that was really cool. BiasGoose, thank you for the 10 bits as well as the
Thank
gifted
you.
sub, I believe.
Yep, and
earlier?
again, thank you to Timmy for the gifted sub. So
To BiasGoose.
yep, congratulations, Goose, for the with the sub, and Jamie SR5.
Definitely. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, we were kind of going through your Twitter, and one thing that stuck out to us was on February 1st, you had that free lunch that you held for a community that was in need in the Philippines. Could you kind of touch
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah, so we like to do charity events within our community, and we've donated to orphanages and communities in need. Not just food, but school supplies, and we're thinking of doing toys next. But yeah, we're trying to just do it with different countries. We've done Nigeria, we've done Philippines. Actually, a lot of our communities from the Philippines, so we've done a few there. But we plan to do Indonesia next, and we'll see.
Wow,
But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
So how many of those events have you already held?
like 5 of them.
Nice.
Like I have like videos that I haven't edited yet, but I need to do that.
Anything that like stuck out to you? Like I'm sure it was probably an awesome experience.
So just people are so grateful, and like I want to say like even just a little bit of money goes a long way, and so I was really humbled by their response and just how grateful they were. People from my own community like reaching out, like saying, "Hey, do you think we could do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, just let's do this price breakdown." Which, by the way, I have help with Captain Ken. He helps me set it up, and so yeah, so
I was gonna say
it's
Captain
really nice.
Ken. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but Captain Ken is definitely a gem in your community. I mean, I always say good morning or whatever in your Discord server, and he's
always
in
there.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
good guy to have on the sticks there. So.
Oh yes, we know. He's great.
Yeah, exactly. So was also looking at you went to NFTLA back in March, I believe. Could you kind of tell us about that?
Yeah, so it was a great experience. It was like a 4-day event. Opened up with Mark Cuban talking about how NFTs was going to be the future of everything. Like everything that's not edible is going to be an NFT, and that was really like uplifting and encouraging and stuff. And then there was Andrew Yang talking about how we're in the right place in Web3, and how like things are just going to get more digital, and we're just moving into a digital space, and you have to like adapt. And so yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Other things I could tell you about it, there was a lot of DAO talk. That was the trending topic, and music NFTs. And at the time, I think they were talking about Sir Mix-a-Lot is dropping an NFT called Big Butts, and it's benefiting like colon cancer.
Okay.
And I don't remember her name, but it'll come to me. Another like artist from like the 90s is also launching NFTs, and so yeah, so a lot of promising projects out there.
Was there like any talk about the XRPL?
Well, yeah, Monica Long spoke, and she said that she talked about the creator fund and people developing, and NFTs like becoming a thing, and on the XRPL, and what else? So I got to meet her, and I got to actually meet xPunks there.
Oh, nice.
So that was nice, and XR Shib, they were there too.
Nice.
And yeah, so it was a good experience. But as far as Ripple, they were speaking, and I did come in a little bit late into one of their talks, but yeah, they just were talking about NFTs and how they were developing on XRPL.
Cool.
Sure, for sure. I mean, you have like a bunch of collaborations on your page, so you've definitely been putting in a lot of work into those. Is there like any notable collaborations, some projects that you like really liked working with?
Probably the one that stands out the most was the first one, because they were just so inviting, and It was the Xbox. They were like, "Hey, do you guys want to do this like mashup collab?" And we were like, "What's a mashup? What's this?" You know.
Yeah.
And then they explained it, and we did it, and it was awesome, and they liked it, and we were like, "Are you sure you like?" You know, just like you just never know with your art. But so yeah, that was my first experience, and it was a good one. So it just made me like, want to keep on doing it and promoting other projects, and yeah, just wanted to,
Yeah.
break the ice with other projects and stuff.
Yeah, the Xbox are a cool group of people over there for sure.
Yeah.
Now you guys are on Zerpcraft, right?
Yeah, so we've developed land there. So I'm new to Minecraft. So when I bought the land, it was like I didn't buy very big land, and so a lot of people had like done gallery artwork, and so then I figured that you had to buy like a big piece of land to like do the art,
Yeah, yeah.
But I have developed a little Mochi land there, and we've also created Mochi Munchies, which was a name that our community chose. So we've kind of like developed it into like a little dining experience with a rooftop and
Oh,
like
Yeah,
a
I
DJ.
saw it.
over-
Yeah,
It
that's
was
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
Yeah, I was looking at your land on Zerpcraft, and you guys absolutely ripped it with like the whole theme and relating it back to the project. It looks amazing. So congratulations
Thank you.
on that.
Thank you. Yeah, and we also have mochi bucks. So I initially I thought like, oh, we're just gonna put mochi bucks everywhere. But then they were like, nope, you're limited to like 5 pieces of land. So I was like, yeah. But that is the coolest project. Like to bring all the community in and
Yeah.
build something that everybody could build on is wow. Amazing.
And it's cool because Zerpcraft, you could be a project and of course have your plot of land where everybody can come to. But then as like a member of the community, it's also a way to interact with the projects and everybody else and also build. So he absolutely kills it with what he does. So
Right. So you don't even have to be like an NFT creator. You can just go in
Exactly.
there and that's what's awesome. That's what we want to build. We want to build an experience like that where everyone's welcome to be creative or, do something. But
Definitely.
we're working on it.
We got a comment from XR Shib in the Twitch chat. Said that they're looking at your gallery right now and it looks pretty sweet. So
Thank
you
you.
have that
I
gallery,
was-
correct?
I was up late working on it last night, and I think it looks pretty good, but my opinion could be
Let me
biased.
see. I hear you. Let me see if I can get that up on here real quick.
Thank you.
yeah, you might just want to go to. Oh, did you get it? Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're on the website right
Love
now.
the website.
Yeah,
though,
the website
honestly,
is
it's super
very
super
clean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to add all my collabs there too.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do the same. Okay, so we're in the gallery right now. Hopefully this doesn't roast my computer.
It takes a little while to load, I will say that.
Oh, wow.
Is there music?
There is
Yeah. It's not my music, unfortunately, but
Yep.
I love it.
Nice. This is cool. Okay, so and then you also do the X meta dolls, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want to go into that a little bit? Hang on, let me
Yeah,
let me
if
get
you
the
can,
audio.
Sure.
Turn it down a little bit. Maybe the 3 lines in the top. Here, I'll just go with-
Okay.
Music is good.
For
It is
dancing, guys. Thank you.
Hopefully we don't get copyrighted.
I know, right?
So yeah, do you want to kind of go into the metal dolls, or are we saving that for
Yeah.
another stream? Okay, we'll go.
No, I haven't launched a token yet because tokenomics aren't up, and I was gonna be, I was waiting for the website to be ready, to be able to do that. But so xMeta Dolls is a collection of 10,000 female-empowered blockchain babes.
Nice.
And I just think that we're so underrepresented in this community that I wanted to build something that was both aesthetically pleasing and, cool, and something that other girls might want as PFPs.
Yep.
So yeah, I wanted to be the first or one of the first to be able to do that on the XRPL, because I've noticed that like they design female avatars, but males for males.
Yeah, a lot of the projects avatars have like male-oriented assets. I think that that's something that's pretty common in both the XRPL and the Ethereum space. So
Right.
it's nice that you guys are kind of doing something little bit different.
Right. And it's because it's like a male dominated space. And so we're just with xMochi, we want to bring awareness to not just the XRPL but blockchain, and maybe give out scholarships to girls that want to learn blockchain. Like there's so many courses and things that we could maybe do. So
to touch on that, are there like any other female-oriented projects or individuals in this space that you've kind of shared like common ground with?
I haven't found any yet. Well, I know that Too Cold is the only other female that I know that just launched a token. But so yeah, I talk to her sometimes, and but otherwise, there, like I think Left Monster is also another project that might be woman-led.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely far and few in this space. So it's nice to see you kind of making your own representation of female creators in this space.
Thank you.
So as far as like short term, what is on the docket for the Mochi Donut crew?
Okay, so aside from our comic book, we really want to contribute back to the XRPL. So we want to run a validator node.
Nice.
And so that's one on our list for the next month. And just waiting to be able to mint on XLS 20 and hoping to maybe go on Clever Gallery if he likes us enough.
Yep.
Yo did our airdrop and stuff.
Yoke in the chat.
No pressure there, Yo.
No
pressure.
No
Yoke.
pressure, Yoke. Nothing. Yoke must be in the chat. He's gotta be.
But yeah, so we'll see. But so just working on developing the comic books, and maybe in the future a game, but like maybe like 6 months from now we'll look into game development.
Yep. Yeah. Always something that takes a lot more time than you'd think for the game development. We have a quick question from Jamie SR5. Airdrop for xMochi holders, I believe.
Yeah, so the airdrop this time around will only be for xMochi holders, and as soon as the website is up, I'm hoping on Monday, we will like have like a 60-day period where we'll market it and airdrop to our holders only.
Nice.
Not shabby.
Cool.
And it's a tier system, so if you own more Mochi, you'll get a little bit more xMochi dolls.
So BiasGoose stepped out for a little bit. He asked why you chose the XRPL, and I know that your husband had a lot of influence in that, but
he did. Well, it's got fast transactions, right? Like low gas fees. Just like a superior blockchain, I would say. And like I tried minting one NFT on Ethereum, and the gas fee was $60. So
Exactly.
I just mean like it's ridiculous, and
that's the thing about Ethereum. It's definitely the NFT standard, but an example that happened to me a couple days ago. I tried to get one of the noun birds, and it's a $12 NFT, and gas was $60, and it's like logically I'm sitting there. I did buy one, but I'm sitting there like I'm spending 3x for the gas than I am for the NFT, when on the XRPL, if you spend $70 and the NFT was $12, you get 5 or 6 of them for that price. So it's definitely a fun time over there, but weird in terms of gas fees and actually buying NFTs.
Right. So that's why we chose XRPL.
Beautiful. And we have a question from Skill of Luck. You kind of answered this. Is there going to be any rewards for holding a Mochi? And then he asks, like potentially getting access to your other project, the xMochi dolls.
So what I do know is, I know there's a lot of ideas, and I'm just going to throw it out there, but I'm not promising anytime soon. But I would like to build an umbrella token with staking capabilities. To reward both of our holders.
Nice. Okay. And then is there going to be any link between the two projects? Or are you keeping them separate?
So xMochi dolls will have some of the same attributes that our rare Mochi donuts have.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
So now,
They're
one quick question. Within the lore side of things, are there ever going to be an overlap of Mochi Donuts and Meta Dolls?
You know what? Initially, I thought so. I definitely think it's a possibility, and I don't see why we can't make that happen.
Yep.
Just don't know how I'm going to integrate that yet, but
Yep.
we'll make it
Hey,
happen.
no, you definitely got it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, any more questions in the chat, definitely throw them down, people. But as far as what you'd like our supporters to do, like how can they help by interacting with your community?
Join the Discord, join the chat. You can also join our Twitter and participate when we post stuff. Send us feedback, any of that stuff.
Join the Discord, say what up to Captain Ken. He's pretty much in there whenever I'm in there for sure. So
And
he's great.
Timmy and myself just spammed the Mochi Donuts link tree.
Yep.
Same with Red Hot. So you have all of the links that you could potentially need to join that community and see everything. Sorry about cutting you off.
Oh no, that's okay. I was gonna say if they could follow xMeta Dolls, that would be
xMeta
awesome.
Dolls.
Pump xMeta Dolls up. Let's go. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
We got you. We got you. And we appreciate because you kind of technically collaborated with us twice, not as far as art. So we'll definitely have to get that going. But
that's true. That's true.
We did the you participated in the 129 live stream for the Heroes for Hope auction, so we appreciate that. And then as well as the secret art event.
Yes, I did. That was an awesome experience. That was really cool to you guys are really creative and bringing the community together. And I know it takes a lot of work, and so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that.
And that's literally why we do it, is because we met 30 projects through doing that event?
Yeah, both events, the 129 and the what was it?
The 4-2 event.
4-2 event. We've had I think 33 the first event and then 30 the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So combined, if they were all unique projects, that's 60 right there. So
60 event. Yeah, 60 projects.
It's really cool how, the XRPL community can come together, and instead of, being within competition with each other, they can put all that aside and, almost
hype
share
each other up.
Exactly. And I mean, it shouldn't be, a competition 24/7. You have to have fun some of the time, so.
Right.
And then we got.
No, I totally agree. I don't think it's as of now, I don't think it's a competitive space that. I think they're mostly all helpful and welcoming. So that's good. That's
the XRPL is starting off on a good note. Prior to NFTs coming out, everybody's, becoming friends with each other. So when that does happen, it's just going to be like one conglomeration of 40 projects that are just best friends with each other. So I'm excited for the future of the XRPL.
Oh,
yeah, I hope we get to meet in real life sometime.
No, 100%.
Meet at an event or something.
We'll have to come out to one of those events and fly out to damn LA. I mean, we're on the total other side of the country. We're in Rhode Island. So.
You said there was an event though happening there, right? Sometime in June, maybe,
it was.
Or...
Wasn't it
NFT NYC?
NFT right? NYC, and then Ripple held an event as well.
Did they?
It was XRPL NYC, I think, or XRP NYC.
XRP NYC. I think
I remember Mike Check Yourself was there, so shout out Mike if you're within the chat. But yeah, super excited because we definitely want to do the in-person events and actually meet the people that we've been, friends with since the beginning. So it would be such a fun time.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We'll definitely let you know if we're coming out there so we can meet the Mochi.
Say hi. Thank you so much.
Of course. I think we have a couple more questions. We'll get through those real quick. XR Sheep says, so to get the X Meta Dolls airdrop, just hodl xMochi donuts and get the airdrop. I think that's not the case, correct?
You have to have at least 0.5 xMochi donuts to get the airdrop. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all we got. I mean, unless there's anything else that you want to share to the community.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So say someone like me without a developer background that wants to build on the XRPL, and maybe, I don't know, but maybe I want to go to a coding camp. And where would I start? Would I start with JavaScript? Would I start with Python? What would you recommend to a non-coder, but like want to develop dApps and stuff?
So I know Solidity is definitely a big one if we do get that EVM capability. Unfortunately, I'm not a developer, nor is
No.
Steve, so this is
Okay.
based off of what Adam's been telling us, but a lot of the programs that he develops are in C sharp, and just having an overall understanding how I guess EVM stuff works.
Instead of us just like blabbering, maybe you could reach out to Adam
Oh,
because
it's okay.
he's like awesome.
He
He's
loves sharing his
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, I know, because I just heard you guys got like a grant, right? Like the developer
Yeah, so
grant,
Adam,
right?
yep,
For
Adam built
the
that ERC.
Ethereum
Yeah, the ERC 720.
bridge.
Yep, the
Mhm.
bridge. He ended up winning the hackathon, so we're happy to have him a part of the team, and we have been thinking about running it past him as well about holding potential spaces for developers to share their information with the community because even if you can't build yourself, it's still
Right,
good
you
to
can
have.
hire someone to do
Exactly.
that.
At least you'll have that knowledge to know where to start to potentially find that person to bring onto your team. So you're not just going in there like, are you a developer? They're like, yeah, and then you just bring them on and they don't do anything for you. So
Yeah. Right, which is my biggest fear. And so I need to know exactly what I'm looking for or attempt it myself.
exactly. So I mean, best place to start in terms of knowledge is probably reaching out to Yoke, Adam, Mike, check yourself, or
Mhm.
even BiasGoose, just anybody within the community. Everybody's more than happy to share their knowledge. So I see BiasGoose in here saying JavaScript/TypeScript mastering Ethereum book for a start.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Thank you
definitely.
so much.
It's a little bit harder than expected. I mean, I know both of us tried to pick it up and we're like, all right, a couple weeks into this coding course and we're done.
Yeah, I took a little bit of Solidity and I was like, well, it's fun, but
We'll leave it to Adam.
it takes a lot of time. Adam, yeah, he's our
Yeah.
go-to guy for all that stuff.
But yeah, maybe we'll get you both in contact, and he's awesome with that type of stuff, so he'll be happy to help out. Speaking for him.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
no
course.
problem, no
And
problem.
it was a pleasure having you on. I think we're basically out of time. Jamie SR5 says xMochi
Thank you
is
so
at a
much.
discount price. This is NFA.
Thank you. He's so awesome. I love Jamie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he's a good guy. And for sure, yeah, no problem. And what we'll do, we got to get that collab going on because I'm kind of ready to make a donut ape at some point.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
We'll do it up.
And I'm
Okay.
also working on merch, guys. Okay,
Ooh,
just
I
be
do like. I
patient.
see the
I'm on
shirt
it.
and the mug. I love it.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
repping it today.
And the shirt.
Let's go.
Yep,
Designed by
no,
me.
it looks great.
All right, buy the merch,
Thank
people.
you.
You heard it here first. All right, Mia.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on. Mia.
Pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
beautiful.
So again, everybody, head over to the Mochi's page, Linktree, join their community, show them some love, do what we got to do.
That's it. And without further ado, it is time to pull up none other than Mr. BiasGoose.
The
We're
goose
going
himself.
to unmute you right now, Bias. All right, and he is unmuted. And BiasGoose, are you coming on the camera or no? It's okay if you're not.
Yeah, probably not.
You're
I
good.
look terrible. Not that I look any better any other day, but
You're good, my friend. So hang on, let me make sure your audio is good. I'll turn you up a little bit. Okay, so Mr. BiasGoose. Again, we'll just do the intro over. Steve, Chris, if you just want
Sloppy, stove.
yeah, whatever you want to call us. BiasGoose, if you just kind of want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
yeah. Cool. Yeah. Sorry, I sound terrible. By the way, I got COVID last week, and
No,
No,
I
I'm
hope
sure
you're
you
feeling
look
better.
great, and you sound great too. So don't even need to say it.
awesome. Cool. Yeah. So I grew up in Brazil actually, and moved to a few countries in my teenage years, and ended up staying here in the U.S. As an adult, and yeah, I've been here ever since I was 18. Um, Went to school and all the whole thing here. Um, yeah, and now I live in North Carolina, great state.
Nice,
Ooh,
nice.
not shabby, not shabby.
So that was kind of going to be our first couple of questions where your whole career started. So maybe if we could start like where you went to school, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I went to UC Davis out in California. Um, I did economics with like a focus in data analytics. So right after that, I started working for like a research firm for like energy research in California. Uh, and then after that, I was just my contract was over, so I started working for a law firm, and then I was a data scientist for a couple law firms after that in labor class action lawsuits,
Nice.
which is super random, but I didn't like it much because basically my job was screwing the workers as much as possible,
Yep.
and yeah, I didn't like that too much, so. Then I started getting into DeFi. I think end of 2020,
Mhm.
and dabbling in the BNB chain and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Pancake Swap and whatnot. And eventually, I started doing some community work for Pancake Swap while I was still working at the law firm, and which was kind of interesting because I'm very, very much an introvert.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, I actually kind of like working with people. uh, so I was like, maybe I should look into this, and I was like, all right, let's take a look at some like community positions, see if I see anything that's a fit, and then I found this position at Ripple,
So
and
can
yeah,
we back up? Like, how did you get involved with Pancake Swap? Because I feel like that's a pretty niche market in the cryptocurrency world. Like, how
yeah.
did you get involved with them?
Yeah, so I joined the groups, like the Telegram groups, really early. There was
Yeah.
only like a few hundred people, and I was like helping people out to like understand how a DEX worked and how their other products worked. And then eventually they were like, "Hey, do you want to like help us officially?"
Oh wow.
And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." I'm already doing this anyway because I just like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, every day after work, I was just doing that, and I speak Portuguese, obviously. So I was creating like their some tutorials in Portuguese and stuff like that. So
Oh wow.
yeah, just helping out.
And then how did that transfer over to you getting involved with Ripple? And yeah, you're good. And like, what was your prior knowledge on XRP in general?
Yeah, I actually didn't know much about the XRPL. I of course knew XRP, and I knew about Ripple, but I didn't know much about the XRPL. But when I was looking, it didn't really matter to me because I really believe in like a multi-chain future.
Hmm.
So I don't think there's gonna be one chain that's gonna win it all.
Agreed.
So it's like any will work, and I'll get to know them.
Hmm. Okay. And did you like, were you into XRP at that point? Were you invested into it or?
I had some XRP. It was wrapped XRP that I had on BNB chain,
Oh
and I
wow.
was sort of lending that out. um, and yeah, but I didn't have much on XRP. A lot of my bags were around PancakeSwap mainly.
Yep,
Now that
definitely.
has changed, of course.
Definitely. So as far as like your role, can you kind of just explain in anything that we ask you, if you don't want to, share it, that's perfectly fine. But kind of what is your role and what does it entail at RippleX?
Yeah. So the position name is Tech Community Lead, and it was a job that didn't exist before, so it's kind of mine to like make my own in the
Nice.
beginning. And at first, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be the Ripple person in the community,
Hmm.
but I realized eventually that there was no value in that at all.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
And I became the community person in Ripple instead.
That's nice.
And that's brought a lot more value, I think, to my position than previously.
Exactly. And the cool thing is that you're so involved with the community on Twitter, and I think that that's kind of what, us as a project and what other projects are looking for is, someone that is working with Ripple that is immersed in this community culture. So,
Yep. 100%.
I mean, I speak for ourselves, and then I hope I speak for the rest of the community, but we're happy to have someone kind of on the ground floor like yourself.
Yeah, and like the project side of things, it really means a lot when, like what Steve said, somebody a part of the company is like, kind of having that trickle down effect, saying like, good job, good stuff like that. And it definitely means a lot, and it helps projects drive even further. So again, thank you for everything you do within this network.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to hear because I was pretty lost getting into this. So it's kind of nice that I found like where I'm fitting in the community and inside Ripple too. Um, and I mean, it really is awesome to work at Ripple. There's a lot of great people there. Um, there's a lot of very, very busy people. So
Yes.
I've found that facilitating them getting to know the community through me has been pretty rewarding because they want to know. And sometimes, you're busy and you're doing other things. Um, but yeah, it's been cool to like evangelize internally about the XRPL community.
Definitely, definitely. And we'll kind of move into like what are you looking for in projects on the well, actually, let's back up. So how did you get started into NFTs? Because I'm sure that your job position doesn't necessarily entail like a focus on NFTs.
hmm
So
yeah, I've always been into NFTs just because um, I've always been into art and I've always really been into pixel art for many, many years. Even before NFTs were really a thing,
nice.
I really follow a ton of pixel artists on my Twitter.
Really?
Um, so, and that's a thing. And another thing is one of my very best friends is an NFT artist.
Absolutely.
Um, so that has brought me more into this community.
Nice. NFT artists on XRPL or Ethereum or any other
Binance,
chain?
I
She's
think
coming. Well, she's coming to the XRPL. So she's
she's the
my
brain,
friend is
yeah.
Chef Ceci,
Chef Ceci, yep.
and yeah, she just got a. She's part of the Creator Fund now. It turns out.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was watching her time lapse of her creating that mummified. To be honest, I don't know what the animal is. It's a cat, correct?
Yeah, it was a cat.
Okay, cool, cool. I didn't want to say the wrong thing, but seeing the whole process of her creating it from literally the ground up and all the work that goes into it. I do not create art. I can't make art other
You
than
can. No, yeah, you can.
I have my style, but
That's
it,
art.
Yeah.
it really it's super cool seeing like true artists create, these detailed NFTs, pictures or anything, and I don't know, it just blows my mind seeing how creative some people are.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah, she's very very talented.
Yeah.
I admire her a lot. Obviously, she's created a great collection of Pancake Swap before. I'm a big fan of that collection too. And now, the thing with her, and by the way, the Creator Fund thing has nothing to do with me because I don't run that at all. Just to be
We're
clear.
rallying everybody up right now.
Your DMs will be blown up after this.
When creator fund.
Yeah.
But no, I told her like, hey, apply for this because if I knew she wanted to launch her like second collection, and she's never really gotten like paid fairly at Pancake Swap, in my
Mhm.
opinion,
Yep.
for her collection. So I figured this was a chance for her to do her own thing and really get her fair share this time.
Yeah, and in terms of like, fees and speed, I'm not saying that they're exactly the same, but they're fairly similar because I've dabbled around on the Binance Smart Chain a little bit, and transaction fees are fairly low, speeds are fairly quick, so it's like a nice even transition compared to if somebody were coming over here from like Ethereum or something. Granted, they would
Yeah,
have granted speeds are quicker over here, but
Mhm.
you know.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is pretty similar, and I find that the community is also a little bit similar in
Yep.
a way. So and I like the both types of both communities, obviously at this point. Yeah, I first started dabble with the Binance Smart Chain because it was cheap and fast.
Exactly.
And I think it was the very beginning that I was like having some interest in DeFi, and I think I took a loan out like on Venus. I think it was their like loan protocol,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wow, I just took a loan in 5 seconds without talking to a
It
banker.
was that easy.
It's mind blowing. And I was like, that was really a turning point for me. I was like, I have to work in this industry. This
Yep.
is the future.
That's it. So I mean, we gotta ask this, and I'm sure that other people in the community are thinking the same thing. Where did BiasGoose come from? The name.
Oh yeah. I don't have a really good story on that. So obviously I graduated in economics. At some point I was getting ready to go to grad school, and one of my favorite subjects was biases.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I like geese, so I was like, all right, I'll just put both together, and that would be my anonymous name, which is not anonymous anymore because I think there's an article out there with my name when I was introduced to the community. So,
Hey, I mean
but
that
yeah, there's not much to it.
it is a pretty good name though.
It does fit, and I like when you do. Oh, I'm super biased and a goose, and like I don't know. It just that you have fun with it.
Yeah, I play the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Exactly.
that I found that duck. It was actually a duck getting like a little foot massage on my Twitter.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was gonna touch on is that you definitely are about the meme culture. Like a lot, you definitely post, your fair share of memes and gifs.
Can you imagine me working at a law firm? That was
I
not a fit.
unbiased goose, exactly.
Yeah, that
Um,
was super not a fit. I mean, I wear shorts every day and
Yeah.
sweatshirts and stuff like
the
that.
best
The,
way to
the
do
law
it.
firm was not about that.
The best way to do it.
Yeah,
So you were a judge in the hackathon, correct?
yeah,
How was that whole experience, like being a judge in that aspect?
yeah. It was cool to see what people were building. I really liked Adam's project. I think he was the only one that got a 5.0 from me. It was like across, I
Wow.
mean, straight 5.0 out of 5.
Nice.
Out of 10.
Doesn't
Out of
matter.
10.
uh, but yeah, I mean, it was cool to see what people are thinking and like what the builders are thinking. I really liked the other project that was the machine learning project with NFTs.
That was my second favorite project as well. Auto ML, I think it was, right?
Yeah, and it was interesting to me because in my law firm past, I could see the use of that making the whole process a lot better and cheaper. Um, so yeah, it was something I was like, I could have used that in the past.
It's gonna be super
Um,
cool long term seeing, what's going on in terms of like blockchain and integrating it within the real world. Like you just said with your law firm potentially, seeing some gain from using like an automated like app like that. So
yeah,
crypto
yeah,
long
so
term.
many use cases. Even one, I mean, even when I was in the law firm, I was writing articles about blockchain in my real name. And I wrote a lot about like labor law and then like class action lawsuits surrounding blockchain because a lot of the problems with labor data is that you don't have accurate data because it's all human generated and it can all be edited by an admin or whatever. So the data is not reliable, and that's a big problem. So having that in the blockchain could like solve a lot of problems.
Definitely, definitely. And that wasn't the first time, or that was the, yeah, no, that wasn't the first time that you were a judge. You were also a judge in the secret art event that we had hosted. And for those
That's right.
that didn't, participate or didn't know about that, we hosted a art event where we had a bunch of projects create a derivative art piece for a different project, and then we invited a panel of judges on there. Bias Goose was one of them. We had Matt Hamilton, Solomon, XRP Jenna, Mega
Mega
Man,
Man,
Crypto Owl.
Crypto Owl, yep.
And so,
Yeah.
for us, that was really, you know, kind of a leap of faith. We reached out to all of these people without intent of getting them on the panel.
Exactly. It
and
was
then
like, all a shot in the dark.
shot
And
in the dark.
it worked, extremely well. The results that we got were amazing in
Yeah.
terms of responses from everybody.
So if you could kind of just touch on that, Mr. Goose.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that event. Seeing the art. Like I think it was the X room themed one. I think, and that was really really cool.
Yes. Yep.
yep,
I
the
really
XR
liked.
Shiba.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the Pepe too. I don't know who made that one, the Pepe themed
That was
one.
actually Awesome Possum who made it.
It was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, very very good. And I think like these initiatives, I think that's what made me look more at your project personally, because these initiatives are, I think, so vital for like the whole NFT community, not just for your project. Because unites everybody, obviously, because you're working with a bunch of different projects, and it gets everybody involved. Um, so that sense of community really like starts to like be created, and yeah, I think that's super important for the environment, right, for the ecosystem right now.
Yeah, the other cool thing is that, after we started doing these group events, we've seen like a bunch of other projects take initiative to host their own events. Like I know a bunch of projects are hosting like poker tournaments, like group collaborations. So it's cool to see that other people are open to doing the exact same thing, in means of, just bringing the whole community together.
And also within those, Twitter groups that we create where, all the, information is shared and what's going to happen in terms of the event, those groups stay open. So, going back in there daily and seeing these projects that, potentially had no interactions before, communicating with each other, doing collabs, and just becoming better friends within the project side of things, that's also like such a plus as well, because who knows if these projects were going to ever get in contact with each other, and seeing them all in one group and being able to, like, people share tweets, oh, can you retweet this, and then everybody retweets it, and it's just a good community initiative and everything going on right now. So it's super cool to see like that. What is the word I'm looking for?
And just collaboration.
Yeah, the
basically.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, these collabs are so important, especially as I feel we are in such early stages of what is to come for the XRPL around
Mhm.
NFTs. Yeah, it's important to be sort of like strong and together on this.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it any better. Now I know that you had made a post regarding bikes, like mountain biking, and you and Adam kind of went back and forth. Is that one of the hobbies that you have?
Yeah, I have a trail right behind my house, so
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
do that sometimes. But I really like biking in general,
Yep.
and I have a little bit of a so where I lived in California, it was kind of a weird place because it was sort of designed after like Dutch cities.
Hmm.
So there was bike lanes everywhere. I think there was like a 95% coverage in bike lanes. And I really liked biking everywhere. I would bike to grocery store, I would bike to restaurants, bike to a coffee shop, whatever. So I just like biking in general. And I moved to North Carolina now. It's just not a possibility. And yeah, I was just renting that day.
Yeah, like road biking is always, or like cycling in general, is something that I've always wanted to get into, but it's one of those things where I'd rather save my money for now and get like a crazy carbon fiber bike, in the future. So, but just to
Yeah,
kind of, throw it out there.
for
Um,
sure. Yeah, biking is great. I yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. But I drive a lot here. And I like driving too. There's just a lot of cars on the road.
yeah, exactly. You can kind of skirt through traffic with the bikes.
Just in and out, in
Yeah.
and out. Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
know another one of your hobbies, it looked like you like to cook.
Yeah, a ton. Yeah, I cook a lot. I I didn't know how to cook much before. It's just this is more of an adult hobby that I caught on. But I
Yeah.
try to make. I like Italian food a lot, so I make a lot of risotto.
Oh,
Uh, The other day I
Risotto is
made
my
some.
favorite, honestly. Risotto is my favorite.
Any
It's great.
geese centered dishes that you are good at making?
Cooking himself.
Cooking.
Cannibalism.
I made the other day a black truffle risotto. That was pretty good.
Ooh,
That, yeah.
now you're getting me hungry.
Like risotto with like scallops or honestly, I'll eat risotto with anything. Like,
Yeah,
but
it's such a versatile dish. You can do it with anything.
that is my favorite for sure. We have a
Yeah.
question from Jamie. Favorite dish? Question mark.
Favorite dish? Well, I'll say a dessert now because I think risotto is definitely my favorite dish. But
Yep.
there's this Italian dessert called strufoli, and usually we make it around Christmas, um, and it's very good. It's like these little cookies coated with honey and
Oh,
like
those look so. I'm looking at it right now. That
yeah,
looks
it is great.
Neapolitan dish. Wow, fried dough.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
this
You know,
little
this picture
fried dough.
kind of looks like a mochi donut a little bit as
It
well.
does
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah,
So-
it's really good. I grew up in a part of Brazil that was kind of weird. There's a lot of Italian immigration there, so that's why there's a lot of Italian food. It's kind of my thing.
Definitely.
We got another question from Views on Brews, Brandon Sewell. What was the last NFT that you purchased if you're like open to sharing it?
Um, let's see. I bought a couple things this week.
Ooh.
Um, I got a pixel sweeper on BNB chain.
Hmm.
And it's kind of an interesting project because I've never seen that before. They basically their NFTs are there's the art, but there's also a chance of winning NFT from a different collection that they collab with.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I thought it was a cool concept. Yeah.
X Pepe says, "Does Bias throw plastic, as in disc golf?"
Oh, no, never done that.
I haven't either, honestly.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos of it like before I go to bed, and it's definitely something I want to give a try. But
That would be fun.
Yeah, yeah, it looks cool. I've seen also like a soccer version of that.
really,
Really, I
Yeah,
haven't
it could
seen
be
that.
interesting.
Interesting. Well, what's kind of on the docket? Like, what are you, what's on your schedule in the next upcoming weeks?
Yeah. So yeah, as far as the things that I'm doing at Ripple, well, there's a lot I'm doing there. I'm just like trying to like figure out some of the ways we connect with the developers on the XRPL. So I'm trying to looking at ways to make that better for developers through the Discord and whatnot. I'm also going to be going to a lot of events. I'm going to go to NFT NYC, Consensus, and I think Permissionless. So if anybody's there, definitely hit me up.
and yeah, the NYC event, we definitely
think
we're
we're gonna
we're
head
three
there,
yeah,
yeah.
we're definitely gonna head down there because it is not too far of a drive. Plus, it would
Oh
be
yeah, perfect.
really
Yeah,
cool seeing everybody.
yeah, yeah, we can talk about that in the DMs.
For
Cool,
sure,
cool.
for sure. We'll reach out. That's a must. Everybody, BiasGoose's Twitter is in the Twitch chat. Head over there, give him a follow. Memes galore as well as knowledge spread. You gotta check it out.
Great person within the community to just ask questions and learn about whatever.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I mean, you guys are doing such a great job, I think, with creating content, and yeah, you've made me think a lot this, I think, past couple weeks when I had COVID. Just like content creation through NFT communities and stuff like that. I think you guys are doing such a great job with that. So yeah, just keep it up.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
and we're glad that we have you as a friend in this space. So, I guess until NFT NYC when we meet you, my friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Any other projects out there, feel free to DM me. I always like looking at your stuff.
Definitely. Well, Mr. BiasGoose, was a pleasure having you on. You're always welcome to come back on to check in. But
Yeah.
it's great to have you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, and again, thank you for everything you do within this community and your engagement with everybody.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You as well.
You too. Alrighty, so
All right, so that was BiasGoose. His Twitter is within the Twitch chat. Go there, follow him, ask him questions. If you're a project, reach out to him. He'd love to answer those questions. So, without further ado, we got the awesome possums.
we are gonna unmute you guys, Mr. Awesome Possum and Mr. Gorgzilla.
Gorgzilla's got his cam on.
There's
we
the
go.
man. Let me see real quick. Give me 1 second, people.
Oh, 2 cams.
There we go.
Hold
Hey,
up.
how are we doing?
We'll get you down over here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Awesome.
Guys got me.
Cool.
Oh,
So we'll just
Can
go
you guys
through
hear
the
me?
intro again. Yep, I think we can hear. I think we can hear both of you.
Perfect.
Should be good. Yeah. So we'll just go through the intro again. I'm Steve.
I'm Chris, Sloppy Stove.
If you guys just want to kind of introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Okay, I'm Jason. I'm the founder of Awesome Possum. I live out in just outside of Vancouver, BC, and I pretty much run the Twitter site and our website.
Awesome.
And Mr. Gorgzilla.
Yeah, so my name's Chris as well. Always seems to be like two in a crowd. Otherwise known as Gorgzilla. But yeah, I live in Victoria, BC in Canada. And yeah, I've lived here pretty much since I graduated high school and stuff. And yeah, just love art and all that kind of stuff. And glad to be a part of xPossum and be the designer. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, is it just you two guys on the team?
It's just us.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes it makes it easier because when there's a bunch of like decisions that's got to go down, sometimes it's even tough between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell you coming from, I think we got 5 or 6. Sorry, that is
Yeah,
horrible
right
that I don't
around
even
there.
know that, but
Yeah, like five people.
but when there's like a decision that has to be made and like 2 people don't agree, 2 people agree, then that one person's kind of neutral. It's like just
Classic.
it's fun though. It's a lot of banter.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot of work though too.
Yeah.
it is, yeah. I mean, with 2 people, it's at least you got kind of the design side of things, and then you got the business side of things. So you
Yep.
kind of cover both of those bases. So, as far as where did the possum come from? Why the possum?
Actually, the possum, I was trying to figure out a name for my NFT, and I ended up buying my wife this puppy. So she was actually in the laundry room, and she was calling my puppy an awesome possum. And as soon as I heard it, I was just like, "There's the name. That's
There it is.
we're gonna make it awesome possum," and that's what it is. And as soon as I had the name, I pretty much went in right away, made my tokens, and then got a hold of Chris and went from there.
Oh hell yeah.
And how did you two meet?
Chris is my brother.
I was
Oh.
gonna, I was
Who's
gonna ask.
This
I
is
would-
family.
I was
This
gonna
is a
ask that.
family. This is a family company right here. I like it.
Yes.
That's
well,
awesome.
it's like for me, like to actually have someone that I can actually trust to be my artist. Like who else would I want to have besides Chris, right? Like he's an awesome artist, and I know he was up for the task.
That's perfect. And that's, it's awesome to, like you said, have someone that you can trust, because otherwise you have to put your trust in people that you either meet online or people that you hire. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak for Chris and I, we've known each other for years, so we have that kind of mutual trust. And then the people on our team,
We've known him from years as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to have
so-
that trust for sure.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome. And so how did other Chris with the Gorgzilla, how did you come up with the design format? Because it's a very interesting design, and I'll pull it up on the stream right now. It's basically a possum head with 2 legs.
Or the yeah.
Yeah, so basically when I took the original possum, I was like just going online looking for images of like cute, some like more tractable possums, I guess. And I saw this like little kind of orangey looking one. It's like not your normal one, and someone was holding it. and because they're holding it, like the back legs was kind of hidden, but
Mm-hmm.
it just made the perfect like X shape, right?
Yeah.
And I knew that our token was going to be called xPossum, so I'm like, oh, this is great, right? So I did a preliminary first. It didn't really turn out as well as we wanted to because I think we had the just like the pixel grid like way too small, so we had to up it a bit just so we could actually fit some more in there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we did that, and it looked way better the second round, and then we kind of just went with it. So yeah.
The fact that you just said that, and I'm looking at the possum right now, it's like the XRP logo. That is honestly, I've never noticed that
I didn't
before.
notice that either.
Yeah, wow, that's
Well, you're not
like,
supposed to notice for like 5 or 10 years, and you look back and you're like, oh, it's so
oh
obvious,
my
right?
God, I should have
So,
known the whole
yeah.
time. No, that is awesome. That is actually crazy. Yeah.
So, how did you guys get into cryptocurrency?
Well, I've been into crypto for about 2 years now. I was going off of Facebook and everything, and I pretty much for a year and a half I was listening to Panos, and he pretty much taught me everything. And it was back, I think it was last April, so a year ago, when the Zum wallet came up with the token creator.
Yep.
So once that came out, Panos was actually talking about, like, if you want to like try to help bring value to the XRPL community or to the XRPL, then like this is the way to do it. So like it's probably been about a year now that I've been trying to figure out exactly how I was actually gonna try to actually start bringing value to the XRPL, and this is what we came up with.
And then as for you, Chris, how did you get into the whole crypto community?
Yeah, well, honestly, I'm pretty new to it all, but
Yep.
like I think like before it was said, like your family members come over and you just have this one person just like yapping about XRPL for like years and years, and it's like, oh shit, like there must be something here, right? So yeah, my brother got me into it, and yeah, I've been here probably since like October, honestly, so still
Yep.
pretty fresh.
Hey, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that. Every time I like go home, my mom's like, "Oh, how's your crypto coins doing?" And then she opens that door, I enter it. It's like, a 2-hour conversation of me just rambling on and on. But somebody has to do it.
Yeah. Well, now it's me and Jason doing it, so it's
Yeah.
not too bad, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. So as far as like, what are you guys working on right now?
Yeah, pretty much just collaborations and stuff. We're just kind of waiting for the XLS20 to come out and before we can actually start minting. So I feel like our collection's still kind of growing a bit as we're going. And yeah, I know Universe has reached out to me about some certain things. So yeah, some stuff coming up down the line.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely love Yanniverse. Art is absolutely amazing.
And the cool thing about those collaborations is like, I mean, obviously you made that derivative that won our derivative contest. It was one of the winners, so we noticed you right there. But I also was going through the XBot Discord and looking at their collaborations, and I saw the one that you had made with the Xbox collaboration, and I thought that was like super cool looking. And I noticed that we have like very similar art styles as far as our pixel count. So do you know like what the grid is for your pixel count?
Oh, exactly. That's 50 by 50.
It's exactly what ours is, which is funny because I was like, did he know what we were doing on that derivative contest? Like, did he know the exact pixel grid that we were using? So it was cool to see that. And as far as creating on that 50 by 50 grid, I think it's kind of like the perfect middle ground. Because, like you said, you had a higher pixel count initially, and it becomes kind of hard to use a higher pixel count. There's a lot more that you have to like put into it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I could agree because I mean, sometimes I know for as simple as it looks, like I could spend like 3-4 hours on some images, and it's just a matter of like taking a pixel here and like moving it over here, and like like what looks a little bit sharper kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could imagine if it was like double that because even like Jason and I were planning on doing like our second edition like run as a like hand drawn version rather than just a pixel art, so it's a bit more detailed.
Yeah.
And when that happens, like man, I'm gonna have to quit my day job. Like, yeah, I'm
Yep.
getting serious
Yep.
here. Like, this is gonna take some time. So yeah, I totally agree with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and then the same thing goes for like a lower pixel count where it becomes harder to, um, to actually draw what you've envisioned because you have the lack of pixels. So that's why like 50 by 50 has just worked out perfectly for us.
Yeah, I know too. Like even with the Zerpcraft Olympics, I was really impressed with that Mona Lisa that was popping out because you only have so many squares to work out with, right? And I think Sloppy like picked it out of the crowd, like, "Hey, that's the Mona Lisa," and I was like, "Oh, that totally is,
Yeah,
right?"
and I'm like, that's the
I was
Mona
happy
Lisa?
that I was able to
Like,
like put it together in my brain, kind of thing, right? Like it worked it out, so it was cool.
yeah, like he picked it out immediately, and I'm sitting there like, dude, I did not notice that. So everyone has their own, vision of art, and that's why it's just so awesome.
Yeah, totally.
So let's see. I know you just kind of mentioned Zerpcraft, so that kind of transitions us in. You guys are involved with Zerpcraft at the moment, correct?
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got our portal all set up last Sunday, so that's all going. Me and Chris built an art house,
Nice.
so we got some images up in there. We got lots of land. We got founders NFTs. We love Zerpcraft. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool little way to like, meet new people in the community and um it's another way just to like bring all the projects together at the end of the day.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a fun way to bring them together because it's like a clash of communities.
For
Oh,
sure.
totally. And it's like in real time too, which I really like because sometimes I'll come home from work and there'll be like maybe 4 or 5 people on. You'll say hi to the same kind of 2 people, and you know,
Yeah.
you actually start building relationships there too. So it's really fun.
Well, Chris actually has friends that have been building in Minecraft since the very start. So we might be able to get some special builders over there soon.
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
We've been in Minecraft since the beta, actually maybe the alpha.
Something like
honestly.
that.
Wow.
I think yeah, when it
Yeah.
first came out, when it was just the creative mode, that's when we started playing around a little bit.
Which is funny because neither of us are good at building still.
Yeah, yeah, like
Like
at
put
all.
us in a survival server and we won't die to skeletons at night, but like put us in a building contest and we're finishing last place.
Oh, 100%. Like that 30-minute build contest for the Olympics, Miami boy who created that Venom, like
The Venom. That was awesome.
instant in 30 minutes, it's like how, and
Yep.
to make it even better, he's I think 11 years old. So it just kind of like blew my mind. I don't know. It was
He's only
absolutely
11?
wild. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty young.
Holy cow.
Yep. 11
was
years
awesome.
old. Yeah, it's absolutely insane, honestly.
Yeah, that's fun.
For sure.
Red
for
Hot's
sure.
guy was pretty good though too.
Yep, Red Hot, the Mona Lisa. I keep forgetting the Mona Lisa was made by the guy with no skin. That's all I remember.
Copito.
Quapito, that's what it was. Quapito. Oh, he's actually 9 years old. All right, so that's even.
Gosh.
That makes me need to get on there and start building or something. I need to step it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
So is this your guys' first NFT project that you've worked on?
First project, yep.
Okay. And then when did you guys kind of get into the XRPL? Like, I think your Twitter says October. It looks like.
Yeah, once we made the token, because like once we started it, I knew right away that I wanted to do more than just like one generation. So when I made the xPossum token, I actually made a second token too to go along with that.
Okay.
And Chris, if you want to take the rest there.
Yeah, so yeah, like I don't know, like I pretty much got into XRP just when my brother called me up and was like, "Hey, like I got this cool project. You want to come help me out with it?" I'm like, "I would love to. It's
Yeah.
something I want to do." Like I got pixel art on my like neck and stuff, and like yeah,
Nice.
so
Yep.
I'm pretty hard into it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all about retro stuff that I always wanted to. But I know Jason's been into the XRPs for about a couple of years now, so I'm not exactly sure when he got into it. But I mean, for me, like October is pretty much when I started to like when that phone call happened. It's like okay, that's the day I got into crypto, right? So
Yeah.
definitely a memorable day for me. And yeah, So I know, like, yeah, I've got
And
some
then
Ethereum and stuff, but usually XRP is my main go-to because I think I bought my first NFT on Ethereum. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, like, what am I doing, right? So, yeah, here I am, XRPL. Woo!
And then I think we actually started our website and our Twitter page or our Twitter. I think that was on October 25th, and then like 5 days later or 6 days later, we were doing airdrops and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool space to be in, and it's definitely a lot different than the Ethereum space because, the second that you release that you're doing an airdrop, you get this like crazy influx of new
Oh yeah,
followers and attention to your Twitter page. So it's pretty
yeah.
interesting to kind of start a project in this space as opposed to Ethereum.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like I love XRPL just for the community and like meeting everybody. And I was telling Jason earlier today, like, we haven't made any money off this, and I feel like I've already gained so much from all the friendships and collaborations and stuff that I've done. So I'll take this probably till the day I die, kind of thing. So great
Yeah.
memories. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to hear that, and I think that a lot of the people that are watching, that are project creators, and ourselves included, are can definitely understand where you're coming from in that aspect, where it's very hard to make money in this space right now. One, because the big money hasn't came in yet. There's only so many people in this market, and two, you
Yep.
know, none of us have a product. Yeah, we have JPEGs at the moment. They're not NFTs unless you're, putting them onto Sologenic or XLS 14, which just isn't going to be the standard. So, um, you know, we definitely feel you from that standpoint. But the biggest thing is that, like you said, you have to be here for the community in that case because the projects that build the biggest communities are going to be the ones that succeed in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
totally.
think that there was someone on Zerpcraft, I think it was last night or the day before, that said that when the tide when the tides rise, then we all rise with the tides. So
That's it, and
and we are like super early still too, right? Like
Yep.
I don't know. I think maybe like 2 or 3 years from now, 5 years from now, things that like there's just gonna be so many more people that are gonna be joining the XRPL, joining XRP. I I can't wait.
yeah, I mean we have that suppression from the SEC case, obviously, so that's something that's
Yeah.
holding us back, and then we have whether the validators are going to vote to move XLS 20D forward or not, and I'm not sure how that vote is going, but I think that
Not a clue.
yeah, I think that they may have voted to postpone because
Oh,
things weren't ready yet. I don't know. That's again not a question for us, it's for the developers, but yeah. So what we'll do, we just posted your Twitter in the chat, so if everyone could go over there, give the Possum crew a follow, and I mean we got to get a collaboration going too, Chris.
I was going to ask you, yeah, when are we doing this? Let's
Yeah,
do it.
exactly. Yeah, so that'll definitely be a fun one. Maybe we can do that. I don't think we have any
We
collaborations
have
on the
really
schedule yet.
nothing in the pipeline right now.
Which will be interesting. So we'll do
Awesome.
them with you guys, and we'll do them with the Mochi Donut crew, and I think
definitely.
that'll be fun for sure. Red Hot also just posted the Discord, so definitely head over to the Discord, say what up. But as far as from you guys, like, is there anything that you'd like our community to do other than that?
I'd say maybe just, yeah, hop on Discord and say hey every now and again. We're not like, yeah, we've got like not the coolest utility and stuff going right now, but I know we got some stuff going on with StakeX coming up as well. So I'm
Okay.
getting
I
in
was
with
just
those
gonna
guys too.
mention that.
Yeah, but yeah, just stay tuned on Twitter and get in the giveaways when you can, and just have a good time.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then yeah, I mean, if you guys want to touch on StakeX, I don't know if that's something that that you're too knowledgeable on at the moment, but if you want to touch on that, that's cool.
Chris, want to go?
Yeah. So we
Right
had
now?
a meeting I think a couple weeks ago now, but we got onboarded with them to be partners. I think coming up in November if we don't get voted in earlier, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I'm super jazzed about that. So we be putting up a pool of xPossum for all of our holders to be getting more xPossums. So yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful,
Hell yeah.
beautiful. Well, do we have any questions from the chat? I see Parc-Possum ? Yes, for sure.
The art is the utility from
Aw,
Red
you
Hot.
guys,
That's
kill
it.
me here.
That's it. You know, like that's the thing about art is that you know, it makes you feel some type of way, and that's you know, half of the market might be in here to buy NFTs to flip them to make a profit, and the other half or whatever portion it is could be here for the art. So, and you guys definitely got the art. I love that style.
Thank
It's
you.
all Chris. It's all Chris.
Of course.
I get some good ideas from the other side, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, definitely. Well, and do you guys have anything else that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, get on Zerpcraft. Let's build some stuff. Yeah.
That's it.
We actually joined it the millionpixelxrp.com
Oh
wall.
yeah, yeah.
So it's a big giant wall with a bunch of like pixels on it. So you pick your square,
Yep.
you spend your XRP, and then you're on this pixel wall for forever.
Yeah, we did see that, and you know, it looks super, super cool. We've just been like trying to come up with an image on what we want to put on there, and that's like our hardest thing. Like we want to go on there so bad. It's just we don't know it. We're like in between. Do we put an ape on there? Do we put the logo? Do we put both? It's like how
Yeah.
big of a plot do we get? But we
It's
have
filling
to.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we have to
filling
get
up.
on there before
It
we
is
miss
filling
out.
up fast.
It is. So, well, hey, it was a pleasure speaking with you guys. And like I said, to the Twitch chat, everybody go over, follow the socials, get on the Discord, say what up.
Say good morning every morning.
That's it, every morning.
Yeah, every morning. You better be there.
Exactly.
Every
Gentlemen,
other morning school too.
yeah, exactly. Well, guys, it was a pleasure having you. You guys are always welcome back on the Parc-cast, and it was great talking to you guys.
Great talking to you guys.
Cool. Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thank
Of course. Enjoy your day.
See you later.
Let's get some marbles. Yeah.
Marble time.
Yes,
Zerpcraft.
that's the announcement right there, y'all.
Uh-oh, the plays in chat are gonna start going crazy.
Exactly. Okay, beautiful. Well, hey, okay, so what we'll do right now is we'll get into the marbles. We'll mute these guys up again. Let's see.
So again, guys, Mochi Donuts, head over there, join the Discord, start going crazy. BiasGoose, shoot him a follow. If you have any questions, ask them. And as well as the Possums, join their Discord, join their project, say what's up to them, join their community. You know?
Couldn't have said it better. Without further ado, folks, it is about to be time. Let me